Clowning around. Fireman Sam had just finished his shift. "Fancy a cuppa, Sam?" asked firefighter Elvis Cridlington. "No thanks," replied Fireman Sam. "I'll have to get a move on. I'm taking Sarah and James to the circus this afternoon." "Lucky you," said Elvis. "I wish I could go to the circus, but I'm on duty." "Don't be so glum, Firefighter Cridlington," said Station Officer Steele. "We're having a kit inspection later," Elvis groaned. On the way to the circus, Fireman Sam and the twins stopped off at Dillis Price's shop to buy some popcorn to take with them. "Can we go to the circus too, ma'am?" pleaded Norman. "I'm sorry, precious," sighed Dillis, "but I must mind the shop." "But I want to see the clowns," said Norman. "They're brill." "You can come with us as long as you're on your best behaviour," Sam offered. "Thanks, Fireman Sam," said Norman, but when no one was looking, he quickly slipped his water pistol into his pocket. Fireman Sam and the children arrived at the circus as the first act entered the ring. "Brill!" cried James excitedly as a team of acrobats spun cartwheels around the ring. They were followed by Titan and Tanya, the strongest couple in the world. Sarah clapped and cheered as Tanya lifted Titan high in the air using only one arm. "Where are the clowns?" asked Norman. "They're my favourite." "Maybe the clowns will come on next," said Fireman Sam. But they didn't. Norman was fed up waiting for the clowns to appear. He decided to go find them himself, while the others watched the trapeze artists perform amazing stunts on the high wire. Norman slipped quietly out of his seat. "You can't have a circus without clowns," he said to himself. "They must be here somewhere." He decided to search the circus grounds. Finally, he spotted two clowns outside a caravan. He moved a bit closer, then suddenly grinned. He just had an idea. "Now for some fun," he chuckled. Norman crept up to the caravan. Carefully, he aimed his water pistol at the nearest clown and squirted. The polka-dotted clown squealed in surprise as she felt the cold water hit her. "Bullseye!" cried Norman. "You little monkey!" laughed the clown, reaching for the bucket of water nearby. "Watch out!" shouted the other clown as the stove went flying. But Norman was already running away. The polka-dotted clown in hot pursuit with her bucket of water. The camp stove landed on the grass outside the caravan, and the small flame that had lit the burner immediately began to spread. "Help! Come back!" cried the clown in the green stars. "Fire!" "Fire?" echoed Norman. He raced back to the caravan, followed closely by the polka-dotted clown. The clown threw her bucket of water on the fire, but it wasn't enough. "I'll get help!" cried Norman. "Hurry!" shouted the clown in the green stars. "The fire is spreading towards the caravan." Norman raced to the circus tent. He had to get Fireman Sam, and quickly. Back in the big top, the others had noticed that Norman was missing. "I'm sure he'll be back when the clowns come on," said Sarah. Just then Norman appeared. He'd run so fast he could barely speak. "Quickly, Fireman Sam," he panted. "There's a fire outside the clown's caravan." "Great fires of London," said Fireman Sam, jumping to his feet. "James and Sarah, you stay here," he said. "Let's go, Norman." As they ran out of the circus tent, Fireman Sam grabbed a fire extinguisher. "I'll handle the fire, Norman. You call the fire brigade," he called. Norman dashed for the telephone and dialed 999. At the fire station, Elvis had just finished laying his kit out for inspection when Station Officer Steele called him. "Look lively, Firefighter Cridlington. There's a fire at the circus." Elvis and Station Officer Steele jumped into Jupiter and sped off towards the circus. Meanwhile, Fireman Sam was spraying the fire extinguisher over the flames. "The fire brigade are on their way," called Norman, running up to the caravan. "Good work, Norman," said Fireman Sam. Fireman Sam had nearly extinguished the fire when Jupiter roared onto the circus grounds to the caravan. "The fire's under control now, but you'll need the hoses to douse the caravan and surrounding area," Sam told Elvis and Station Officer Steele. "Right, Fireman Sam. Better safe than sorry," replied Station Officer Steele. As Station Officer Steele and Elvis moved with the hoses, Sam went to speak with Norman and the clowns. "Thank you for saving our caravan," said the polka-dotted clown. "It's thanks to Norman's quick thinking that I got here in time," said Fireman Sam. "Well done," said the polka-dotted clown. "I'll be more careful in future." Norman looked sheepish. "I suppose I should have known better than to squirt you when there was a fire going." The polka-dotted clown grinned. "You know, Norman, that water pistol might be very handy." "You'll be able to watch the circus after all, Elvis," said Fireman Sam as they went into the circus tent for the end of the show. Elvis's eyes sparkled. "This is much better than kit inspection." "Where's Norman?" asked Sarah. Fireman Sam smiled mysteriously. "Oh, you'll see him soon, I'm sure." "He's going to miss the clowns if he isn't quick," said James. "Here they come now." "That's Norman," exclaimed James and Sarah together as they waved to their friend. Norman was having great fun squirting his water pistol into the audience. He squirted the twins, then Station Officer Steele and Fireman Sam. "Isn't this fun?" chuckled Elvis. "I love the circus." Just then Norman tossed his custard pie into the crowd, hitting Elvis square on the head. "Bullseye!" shouted Norman gleefully as everyone laughed. "I do believe this is the perfect job for Norman," smiled Fireman Sam. "He can be naughty and nice at the same time."